there's nothing wrong with hunting rub lines. You can sit on them day after day after day and kill a big buck. But I'm not a sit on them day after day kind of guy. Like I want to go kill him now and I want to go home. I mean, I might hunt over 1,000,000 acres in one single season, or be on 1,000,000 acres in a single season, and I might have 2 scrapes I'll hunt out of that 1,000,000 acres. So the right scrapes are money, but there's not many.
They're few and far
Few
between.
and far between. Yeah.
What time of the year would you target one of those 2 scrapes?
Soon as almost as soon as the bucks start breaking up, like the first scrape.
How do you see them navigating swamps? Because we've interviewed guys from other parts of the country that hunt different style swamps, whether it's cypress swamps or just more like flooded river bottoms and stuff like that. The swamps that you hunt, how do the bucks navigate it, both like early season but also like maybe rut?
I'm gonna say rut. I mean, it depends. It depends on the kind of swamp. We have so different styles of swamp here. You have the open, or not, we call it open. It's not open, but open cypress swamp where it's just cypress trees and cypress knees, and that's about it. Not much to it, and they just go right through that. I don't hunt that a whole lot just because I don't like the open. I'd rather be where it's thicker, and a lot of that swamp will be real thick patches. So it may be like a acre or 2 acres you can't even walk into. I mean, it's just a tangle. You can't crawl it, you can't walk it, you can't do nothing. But there's a patch here, patch there, and the deer just go in between them when they're going from A to B, like you're talking pre-rut or something. They may go for miles. Like a lot of those swamps, it's amazing. I didn't even realize this until I started running cameras. But say I've got a buck up here on camera at 9 p.m. At 9 a.m., I've got him 4 miles away on another camera. And he went straight through that swamp. I don't know exactly how he did it, but they're just going in between them thickets and checking does.
Yeah, that kind of brings me back to one thing you mentioned earlier, by the way, is about determining their loop. And you said you found that buck's loop. I mean, can you explain that just in a nutshell, what you're doing there? Like, how are you figuring out, like, this buck, especially without trail cameras, that this buck is going from here to here to here, and he's making some kind of loop? Like, how do you put that together?
That was I didn't find well, actually, I take that back. I saw him, I think I killed him on Thanksgiving Day, something like that, and I saw him the week before, just on a scouting trip. I just saw him standing in a cypress pond. And so I, got to looking around, found rubs, and I just basically just started walking around. I'm 14 years old on this one. I basically just started walking rubs, and it'd be rub, and basically I did me a loop, and I wonder what he's doing here. Well, first day of the hunt, and the rub line, the loop was a tight loop, probably 150 yards from rub to rub across this loop. So I got in a climber, and right at daylight, he came by on his rub line. The opposite side I was sitting on, he came by on his rub line. 3 days later, I killed him coming right by on the other line, going the other way.
Are rubs one of the main things that you look for down here when it comes to buck sign?
Just to know a big buck's in the area, but not as far as setting up on them. I don't think I've set up on a rub in a long time. I mean, I've set up, then there happened to be a rub there, but not just, well, there's a big rub, I'm going to sit here. These bucks travel too much. If I'm going to hunt a rub, it's going to be in a thicket where there's absolutely no reason there should be a rub there. It's not a rub line. There's nothing wrong with hunting rub lines. You can sit on them day after day after day and kill a big buck, but I'm not a sit on them day after day kind of guy. I want to go kill him now and I want to go home.
I got you. One thing, we've interviewed a couple guys who are from, again, coastal Georgia, coastal Alabama, maybe South Mississippi, anywhere where you're down, like if you're talking about the deep South here, lower coastal plain, sandy soil, stuff like that. And it seems like they focus more on rubs than scrapes. And so I wanted to ask you the same thing. Are scrapes a big part of what you like to do?
Certain scrapes. And when I say certain scrapes, if I'm hunting, I might hunt over 1,000,000 acres in one single season, or be on 1,000,000 acres in a single season, and I might have 2 scrapes I'll hunt out of that 1,000,000 acres. So the right scrapes are money, but there's not many.
They're few and far
between. Yeah.
What time of the year Would you target one of those two
scrapes?
scrapes?
Soon as almost as soon as the bucks start breaking up, like the first scrape. Well, let me take that, but that's a little confusing. When the bucks start breaking up, most of the time it's the young bucks that make the scrape, right? So that the older buck is going to be by itself somewhere, but in that 2 week period between when the first buck opens the scrape up, and most time it's a little spike or something that opens. If you got a camera on it, it'll be a young buck that opens the scrape up. And I'm going back to these same 2 scrapes that I know I'm going to hunt. They're good year after year after year. He'll open that scrape up, and then sometime in that next 9 days to 2 weeks, here comes the big ones. So I'm gonna watch for that scrape to be hit, and then I know like about 9 days to 2 weeks later I need to be there.
So early season, bow hunting them.
And I hunt them, yeah. And I hunt them. I mean, I will hunt them late season. There's down here I don't know how it is in Alabama, but our rut is so spread out across the state. So like, say here at the house, they rut January 20th, February 20th, somewhere in there, which is crazy because 10 miles down the road, they're rutting in late September. So it depends on where I'm at. And even in the same management area, a road will divide the rut or a river will divide the rut. The place I was talking about where I went in deep 6 miles, I've learned that place enough now that there's a good bedding area, a doe bedding area up front, like close to the parking area. And they come in about October 20th. And then there's the next bedding area south, comes in like November 20th. And it does that same thing all the way back to the back. So the last week of the season, I want to be at the 6 mile mark, basically. First week of the season, I want to be up front. And you can follow the bucks. If I put cameras in all of them, it's the same bucks. They just move.
That makes sense. Now, those 2 scrapes that you're talking about, what's the setup there? What makes that scrape so much better than any of those other scrapes? I'm sure you find a lot of scrapes.
Oh yeah, there's scrapes everywhere. I'm gonna say it's an area where the bucks naturally cruise and travel, going from, like I was talked about, doe bedding area to doe bedding area, and then the doe, both the scrapes I hunt, or say both the scrapes I hunted this past season, were right on the edge of where a whole group of does bed every day. So there's constantly bucks coming through there checking them.
I got you. And what are they just like gigantic scrapes?
Oh yeah. And if I throw a camera up on it, I'll have, it might be 6 or 7 bucks a day, and you put the camera over there on a rub line or something, you're just gonna get that 1 buck every 3 days or something, and it might be 20 yards apart. They're only there for that scrape.